Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Come on, Sage, do it for the content. Come on, you know you're gonna. You know you're gonna. I mean, unless you're scared.
At this point, live action anime just never works. Why do we keep trying it? Why do we keep trying it? We've already done The Last Airbender. Did y'all not see what happened last time? Did y'all not learn what happened last time? Why do y'all hurt me? After like 6 months and a whole revamp, welcome back to Sage Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, where I give y'all my random off-the-cuff thoughts because I don't feel like putting them into full-length videos or making full-length content out of it, but I still want to give y'all something nonetheless. Where today, I'm talking about live-action Last Airbender.
My name is Ong.
The other shitty one.
Avert your eyes and hop on one leg. Forgive me, I couldn't resist.
And right off the bat, I have not been the most positive person surrounding this show, because I am of the opinion live action anime never works. One Piece was a fluke. It was okay at best. There are still the other 90% of shows that are trash. For every live action One Piece, you have live action Yu Yu Hakusho. But Avatar: The Last Airbender, they just had to try it again. They just really had to try it again. And things immediately started falling apart in the production, with the original creators leaving, folks getting outraged over certain aspects of characters that they keep changing, and I just knew from the onset that this was going to be a dumpster fire. And in my personal opinion, it wasn't quite a dumpster fire, it was more like, man, a trash can fire. It was at least better than The Last Airbender, so you know, it did the bare minimum. But let me start off with the things that I actually liked about it. I liked Suki getting more of a backstory, or more of an actual character arc, you know, exploring her, you know, sort of resentment for the current existence that she's living in, since it kind of left her isolated from everybody else in the world. And because of that, they basically pulled a Jasmine and Aladdin thing between her and Sokka. Or at least that's the vibe that I got, and I honestly did like it. I liked it. That was at least some good character stuff, because God knows Suki didn't get any in the actual show, to the point where the comics had to do the work for it. What else? King Boomy was alright. He was alright. Like, kind of being resentful towards Aang because he's had to fight this war for like 100 years because his friend basically fumbled the bag. That was cool. Pretty much the big thing that I liked about this show was just how they used the other avatars. I liked it. I liked that we got to see Kyoshi a bit more as an actual mentor figure for Aang. I really liked that they brought in Korok and they talked about the stuff in the books, further explaining his backstory. He's not the lazy avatar that everybody thought he was after seeing The Last Airbender. Dude actually tried. He was just focusing on the spirit world because, yeah, dark spirits will eat us alive. And dude kind of sacrificed himself doing all this. Like, he is a good character. Where is this man's book, damn it? Where is it?
Why the hell don't I get a book?
Maybe someday, Karuk. Someday.
Do you really need to get a whole book before me, though?
2 books.
What?
And, God, I'm really scratching at the bottom of the barrel here. I liked Katara's PTSD journey with when she was using her bending. Like, whenever she was using bending, it physically reminded her of the day her mother died. I think that's cool. Like, that's in character. Like, the best thing that this show did was add some interesting stuff that still made people feel in character, but still felt kind of off, but kind of interesting nonetheless. Like, majority of the stuff with the Azula, like, it felt weird that she wasn't quite the favorite, but it also still makes sense that she would be tested like this because he wants her to be the favorite, that Ozai wants her to be the favorite, but also she has to earn it and shit. I don't know. This stuff feels off. It just feels off to me. Alright, that's about as much cushioning as I give it. This show sucked. I'm sorry, it just does. Right off the bat, the effects look like ass. I'm sorry, these do not look good. Where Last Airbender back in 2010, it had the flaw of, yeah, them not putting a whole bunch of money into this, and CGI technology wasn't really that good back then. Nowadays, the CGI technology is relatively better, but the folks are getting overworked because they're trying to meet these demands. So it's not gonna look good. It does not look good. I'm sorry. Can we talk about the absolute character massacre that is my boy Sokka? Cause I get it. Sexism is a very touchy subject, especially nowadays. But the entire point of Sokka's character is that he's trying to act like what he thinks a warrior is supposed to be, which is a macho dude bro energy. And the entire point of him going to Kyoshi Island is him getting humbled. That's the entire point. Him learning his place and Suki seeing through his nonsense that all of that is just bravado. That's the entire point. It is the entire point, because he grows to respect her not just as a warrior but as a freaking person. And don't get me started on the shit with his dad. I'm like, why did they make his dad basically ashamed of him? Why? Why? The entire thing was his dad had faith in him. The entire thing. Sokka's dad had faith in him from the beginning. He left him behind, A, because he didn't want to take his son to a freaking war zone, and B, he trusted Sokka to look out for the village and look out for his sister. That's why no other warriors are there. Or that's why none of the other adult warriors are there, because he trusts Sokka. And the entire point is Sokka growing to trust himself. And for what? This man doesn't have anything else. The biggest thing that actively pissed me off was what they did to Ozai. Just what they did to this man. The implication that this man felt an inkling of regret over scarring his son. Even if it's like, you made me do this type energy, that is still way too much for Ozai. Ozai does not care about his son. He does not care about him. In the slightest. He does not care. And even if the whole thing of, oh, this was all a test for, this was never a test for Zuko, this was all a test for Azula, this man still looked like he was filled with regret when he scarred his firstborn kid. That is still way too far for Ozai, at least for me. This did not feel like a good adaptation at all. And I get it. I get it. This wasn't trying to be a one-to-one adaptation of The Last Airbender. I get that. It was not trying to be that. But if you are still telling largely the exact same story, still have the same characters, then what's the point? What's the point? Why not just watch the actually good Avatar Last Airbender show? Why not just watch that in comparison? Because it didn't give me enough to say, oh, this was interesting an adaptation. This was an interesting adaptation. But it wasn't. It had some decent ideas. Maybe if it focused on that, maybe then it would be a bit better. But for the most part, it was just meh. It was just meh. 4 out of 10. But hey, that is just my opinion. If y'all got a different one, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. What did y'all like about Avatar The Last Airbender live action? Hope to see y'all next time. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Y'all know the whole spiel. But for now, I must bid you all adieu. Goodbye. Good night. Zhao was alright. Sage out.
Shiny teeth that twinkle, just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle, adding beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that glisten, just like your Christmas tree.